James Earl Jones, celebrated actor and entertainment industry icon, has died at 93 on September, Deadline reported. The star's reps confirmed the heartbreaking news to the outlet, but did not offer a cause of death. Jones leaves behind a son, Flynn, who he shared with his late wife, actor Cecilia Hart. Jones and Hart were married from 1982 until her death in 2016. He was previously married to actor and singer Julianne Marie from 1968 to 1972. He had not remarried at the time of his death. In light of Jones's death, fans have been remembering both his achievements and his contributions to Hollywood. Read on as we do the same. James Earl Jones was born in Arcabutla, Mississippi on January 17, 1931. Growing up to star in Shakespearean plays while also having one of the most recognizable voices in Hollywood. Jones was famously the voice of Darth Vader in the original Star Wars films, as well as Mufasa in The Lion King. Beyond that, he appeared in movies like 1990's The Hunt for Red October, 1993's The Sandlot, and 1988's Coming to America, as well as the 2021 sequel, Coming to America. In January 2021, Jones told USA Today, "Looking back at my life and extensive career, I am so proud of my work and accomplishments. I love growing older and wiser with time." Still, there was one moment that stood out. "You know the proudest moment of my career? Two Air Force pilots told me that when they landed after fighting in the Gulf War, the first thing they heard was my voice on CNN and knew they were safe," he told the Toronto Star. "I was happy to be identified with the idea of soldiers being home." Jones also opened up about what he was hoping the future would hold. "In order for us to heal and move forward, we need to learn to love and respect each other," he said. "That will be my wish when I blow out my birthday candles." Trying to fulfill that wish would certainly be a fitting tribute to this beloved star. Jones also voiced The Lion King's Mufasa in both the 1994 animated pick and 2019 hybrid remake. Among his dozens of other films are The Bingo Long Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings, 1976, A Piece of the Action, 1977, Conan the Barbarian, 1982, Soul Man, 1986, Coming to America, 1988, The Hunt for Red October, 1990, Patriot Games, 1992, Sneakers, 1992, The Sandlot, 1993, Clear and Present Danger, 1994, Judge Dredd, 1995, Gang Related, 1997, and Coming to America, 2021. He also lent his sonorous voice to the famous This Is CNN promo campaign for the cable news network and recurring as the narrator on Third Rock from the Sun. He also appeared on The Simpsons 3 times. Among his scores of TV are guest roles on such classic series as The Big Bang Theory, House, 2.5 Men, Homicide, Life on the Street, Frasier, Touched by an Angel, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, Picket Fences, Law and Order, Sesame Street, Highway to Heaven, NYPD Blue, daytime soaps Guiding Light, and As the World Turns, and miniseries Roots, The Next Generation, and Jesus of Nazareth. He was nominated for a lead actor Oscar for his role in The Great White Hope, 1971, and was given an honorary Oscar at the 2012 ceremony. An 8-time Emmy nominee, his 2 wins both came in 1991. Lead actor in a drama series for Gabriel's Fire, and supporting actor in a mini-series or a special for Heatwave. Born on January 17, 1931, in Arcabutla, Mississippi, Jones was a 2002 Kennedy Center honoree and received Lifetime Achievement Awards from SAG-AFTRA in 2009 and by the National Board of Review in 1995. A commanding presence on the Broadway stage, Jones earned 4 competitive Tony Award nominations for Best Actor in a Play, winning twice for his performances as Jack Jefferson in The Great White Hope in 1969, and as Troy Maxson in August Wilson's Fences in 1987. He received a special Tony Award at 2017 ceremony, The Great White Hope, in which he played a lightly fictionalized version of heavyweight champion Jack Johnson, was Jones's breakthrough role. He also starred in the 1970 film adaptation, his first leading role on the big screen. He appeared in nearly 24 Broadway shows, from his first starring role in Sunrise at Campobello, 1958, and most recently in The Gin Game, 2017. Along the way, he starred in productions of such stage classics as The Iceman Cometh, 1974, Othello, 1982, On Golden Pond, 2005, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, 2008, and You Can't Take It With You, 2014. In September 2022, the Schubert Organization rechristened its 110-year-old court theater as the James Earl Jones Theater, with a dedication ceremony attended by Samuel L. Jackson, LaTanya Richardson Jackson, Brian Stokes Mitchell, Norm Lewis, and New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Jones did not attend the dedication ceremony, but had been given a private tour of the facility, where he'd made his Broadway debut in 1958, the week prior. For me, standing in this very building 64 years ago at the start of my Broadway career, it would have been inconceivable that my name would be on the building today, Jones said in a statement at the time. Let my journey from then to now be an inspiration for all aspiring actors. The family had moved from the Deep South to Michigan to find work, and now Jones went to New York to join his father in the theater and to study at the American Theater Wing with Lee Strasberg. He made his Broadway debut at the Court Theater in 1958 in Dory Sherry's Sunrise at Campobello, a play about Franklin D. Roosevelt. He was soon a cornerstone of Joseph Papp's New York Shakespeare Festival in Central Park, playing Caliban in The Tempest, Macduff in Macbeth, and another Othello in the 1964 season. He also established a foothold in films, as Luta Lothar Zog in Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove, 1963, a Cold War satire in which Peter Sellers shone with brilliance in 3 separate roles. The Great White Hope came to the Alvin Theater in New York from the Arena Stage in Washington, where Jones first unleashed his shattering, shaven-headed performance. He was described as chuckling like thunder, beating his chest and rolling his eyes, in a production by Edwin Sharon that exposed racism in the fight game at the very time of Muhammad Ali's suspension from the ring, on the grounds of his refusal to sign up for military service in the Vietnam War. Lorraine Hansberry's Les Blancs, 1970, was a response to Jean Genet's The Blacks, in which Jones, who remained much more of an off-Broadway fixture than a Broadway star in this period, despite his eminence, played a westernized urban African man returning to his village for his father's funeral. With Papp's Public Theater, he featured in an all-black version of The Cherry Orchard in 1972. Following with John Steinbeck's Lenny in Of Mice and Men on Broadway, and returning to Central Park as a stately King Lear in 1974. When he played Paul Robeson on Broadway in the 1977-78 season, there was a kerfuffle over alleged misrepresentations in Robeson's life. But Jones was supported in a letter to the newspapers signed by Edward Albee, Stephen Sondheim, Arthur Miller, Lillian Hellman, and Richard Rodgers. He played his final Othello on Broadway in 1982, partnered by Christopher Plummer as Iago, and appeared in the same year in Master Harold and the Boys by Athol Fugard, a white South African playwright he often championed in New York. In August Wilson's Fences, 1987, part of that writer's cycle of the century Black Experience plays, he was described as an erupting volcano as a Pittsburgh garbage collector who had lost his dreams of a football career and was too old to play once the major leagues admitted Black players. His character, Troy Maxon, is a classic of the modern repertoire, confined in a world of 1950s racism, and has since been played by Denzel Washington and Lenny Henry.